Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Elohim La, Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, peace, that teaching, and hope for let. Shalom. And the title of this video is going to be Esau knows and is preparing for what's yet to come, which is World War III. And let's see an article right here. It says bodies pile high, World War III fear grow as Russia approves plans for urgent mass graves and Putin prepares to invade Ukraine in 2022. So it says Russia has reportedly approved plans for urgent mass graves amid fears that World War III could break out after an invasion of Ukraine. The move comes amid deepening the concerns that Vladimir Putin is plotting an invasion of his neighbor in 2022, with more than 175,000 Russian troops said to have been detected on the border. And fear are growing that Putin is plotting to invade Ukraine. So you have, these are pretty much like rumors of wars that's pretty much taking place, and the Lord said a lot of this will happen before his coming. And here's an even more, of a prediction for our article. This is on December 31st, 2021. It says most terrifying 2022 predictions: new COVID, new alien invasion, and World War III. So 2021 was not a year we will look back on fondly, but 2022 could be even worse, with predictions being made about natural disasters, inflation, and even an alien invasion. And Apostle Tahar mentioned that this is the year where Yahweh is turning up. So, 2022. So, there's a lot to look forward to in this year. I'm not gonna lie. This could be the very year, where shit really, really go down in World War III, and the Lord may just come back, Lord willing. It says it's finally time to bid farewell to 2021, and it's not a year we're going to look back on fondly. There have been more lockdowns, political unrest, and serious concerns over the environment. However, those hoping for a break might not be in luck, as 2022 looks like it could be even worse. There are a handful of terrifying predictions from French astrologer and Dr. Nostradamus, including a war, France, inflation, and even cannibalism. Blind clairvoyant Baba Vanga envisaged natural disasters, a water crisis, and an alien invasion by the end of next year, and some are even speculating there could be World War III. Here's a look at some of the things we might need to be worried about in 2022. The new pandemic, because they mentioned something about Omicron, and, you got other variants out there, that Esau is naming to pretty much potentially put another lockdown on the world. Because they're not getting rid of that COVID thing. They always said never let a good pandemic go to waste. So of course they're gonna use every bit of they're gonna use every bit of this agenda to their advantage. Basically, they're not getting rid of that, and nothing's going back to normal. So Esau's putting these people at a real oppressed state, just to cause them to be depressed, and he's doing this so little by little they will eventually come to the point where they're going to accept his NWO agenda just to fully make things go back to normal. That's what it is. They're trying to give up their freedom for some bit of normalcy, and Esau's just spoon feeding their mirth as long as they keep doing it. That's the goal. It says there are serious concerns over a possible global war in the coming year, and one possible cause could be the ongoing tensions between China and Taiwan. The incursions from nuclear-capable Chinese warplanes has ratcheted up tensions over tiny U.S.-backed islands. Relations between the two nations are at their worst in 40 years, Taiwan's defense minister said at the end of last year. And you see, it says Western allies of Taiwan have expressed their concern that China's open display of military might, and it is widely feared any form of armed confrontation could quickly escalate into a global conflict. Meanwhile, Russia has reportedly approved plans for urgent mass graves amid fears a war could break out after an invasion of Ukraine. See, and I already read that article before. This is Russian outlet MK said that burial sites were constructed as a priority after they allegedly appeared on legal documents that are expected to come into force on February. So, and it said extreme climate events take place, inflation. We all know that to be true as well. The inflation. You know, they said that if bills seem high this Christmas, then brace yourselves. Another big spike is coming in April 2022. You know, all this is, going to prophecy. Now I'm going to bring out the scriptures. So Matthew 24 verse 6 says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, exactly. This is the time that we're coming into, and they're already preparing for what's yet to come. The thing is that they think that they're gonna, succeed with their new world order, but that's gonna come to naught. All their planning, because there's no way you can fight against the Heavenly Father's prophecies. All the predictions that they claim that they're making, I mean, it's already been predicted in the Bible. The story has already been written. You see, the funny thing is, it's already predicted where Esau is going to try to fight against the Heavenly Father, and he's going to come after his, he's going to try to fight against the Heavenly Father's prophecies, because Esau has his own new world order that he's trying to implement on the world, to try to get back his birthright, but it's going to ultimately fail because the Heavenly Father is not going to allow for it. And there's a scripture specifically for that. In Job 20, chapter 20, verse 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn cometh out of the body, yet the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. So yeah, this is the prophecy that's gonna take place when Esau thinks that he could, succeed with his NWO agenda, but little does he know the Most High has a new world order agenda as well, but it's on the righteous side. Esau has one on the left hand side, and what the Most High finna do is he finna let Esau, think that he could get some W, so he gonna gas Esau's head up, and Esau feel like he gonna succeed with his new world order, and then boom, that's when, the Lord is gonna pretty much cause Esau to fail, at the very end, showing Esau that, he ain't gonna get far with his new world order anymore. So that's when the Most High is gonna intervene and pretty much take him out of power. You know, showing you that everything that Esau is planning is gonna be, vain in the end of the day. It's gonna come to nothing. And then going into hyperinflation, as they mentioned in our article, it says in Revelation chapter 6, verse 5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. You see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So we all know the oil, the wine represents, the truth. But a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny represents, like, a day's wages, which is only worth, for, a little bit of food that you're gonna get. So that's pretty much, a penny if you go in the etymology of it. And then I broke it down in one of my other channels. When you go in the etymology of that represents a day's worth of wages, So basically, a day's worth of wages just for a little bit of food, that's pretty much representing hyperinflation right there. And that's what's yet to come. So, Esau knows that these things are coming, and he's the one that's setting these things up, just to, because it's all part of prophecy, so it has to play its part. So, this is the last one I'm gonna bring out. This this is the last one I'm gonna bring out right here. It says, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast come and say, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and the power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Exactly. And that's finna take place as well. Just mass death. And you're gonna see that during the times of WW3. I mean, like I said, Pastor Sahar mentioned that this is the year that Yasharahla finna turn up. So a lot of that is gonna take place. A lot of death. And when we hear of hyperinflation, we know that's gonna lead to people being hungry as well, because they're not gonna be able to afford as much food as they used to before. And it's gonna really happen very bad over here in America, because other countries, don't get me wrong, they're gonna go through it too, but America's gonna happen the worst, because the Most High has it with this country now. He's fed up with it. So with that, I hope I made that lesson edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, honor to Adonai, Yahweh, Bashem, Shabbat, Yahweh, Dash, the honor to the apostles and those great millstone, peace, like teacher, hopeful elect, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalak, Yam, Adawam, Yam, Waka, Yam, Wa, Baba, Paul, Shalom.